Fuel poverty is about people being on very low incomes, living in poorly insulated and underheated homes.
Involve works with a lot of voluntary and community groups across Yorkshire and Humber, young people who are not in education or employment and not living at home find it really hard to heat where they live.
It's people who've come out of hospital, maybe somebody that's recovering from cancer. It's really important that they heat their house. The cost of fuel has gone up so much in recent years that it really is a difficult decision for them to decide whether or not they can heat their homes or eat a meal that night.
And it does lead to huge amounts of winter ill health and in some cases early deaths. So it's a winter death problem due to cold homes, due to fuel poverty.
Working families who perhaps can't get full-time work, there's an increase in part-time working, are struggling hard to heat their homes, though they're working, so they're perhaps outside the norm that you think of people suffering from fuel poverty.
The process for people to come to the food bank is the service providers. I think there's 35 in this town who hold vouchers, and the voucher gives them 3 days worth of food. The voucher means they can actually then put heating on because the voucher's giving them the ability to not have to buy food. And when people come through and they sit and talk to us about the problems they're facing, that is definitely a part of what we're trying to do.
Many of my staff are going into people's homes through our warm zones subsidiary. We have insulated over the last 3 years about 100,000 properties. Talking to people, they are making a very real choice between heating their homes, feeding the kids, feeding themselves, going without other things, and the problem is increasing.
A police inspector said we are surprised by the number of first-time offenders for shoplifting in this town. There's only one reason for that. They don't have the money. They're going shoplifting. They've never done crime before, and of course they're even getting caught at it. They're not good at crime, so they get caught doing that crime because they don't have that ability to go and get food.
So there's a big job for you to do in helping work with stakeholders to identify those households who are most at risk when the lights go off, and responding to that, responding to it sympathetically. It's not all about compensation, it's about being there, helping them. This is a new exciting challenge for engineers. It's about bringing that creativity and bring your expertise to the table with local authorities, with the supply companies and with community groups.
How Northern Powergrid can actually help us is actually to give food donations, to collect them and to get them into the food banks themselves. We need volunteers, we need volunteers to help us in our warehouses and in sorting all the foods out, and also then financially we need help as well.
I think Northern Powergrid is showing real leadership on this agenda. From the management team that I've worked with, the expert group that they've established to help understand some of these issues, as well as the senior management team playing their role, this is something for the wider management team. This is for everybody to get behind. You are providing a vital public service. People depend on you. They trust you. And there's not a lot of trust in the energy industry at the moment, but they trust you. And I think that that's something that you need to hold on to, and you need to get all of your teams across both regions fully active in this and playing their role.